How are we looking today, podcast? How are we looking? How are we looking, huh? Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another podcast. I believe this is episode 5, maybe? We're hanging in there. We're going strong. So today we are talking about, this video is going to be more for people who are into content creation. Maybe you are a influencer. Hate that term. Ugh. Maybe you are just someone who is creating content online, wants to get better at it, looking for a little bit of advice. I'm just going to share with you guys like what I've learned over the past 6 months, year, with some of these new platforms that are coming out. Main topic today is going to be TikTok. Yes, the application where kids are dancing in front of their phones, looking absolutely crazy out in public. I know what you're thinking. The judgment, I can already feel the judgment coming through the comments. TikTok's so corny, bro. I'm 36 years old and I am on TikTok, but I'm making money on TikTok. I'm actually doing it. I'm actually doing TikTok. So why TikTok? Let me try to explain to you why I think that TikTok is important and why I think that it is being, it's definitely not undervalued. I mean, if you look at what is happening on TikTok and what everyone else is doing on their social platforms like Instagram and Facebook, you will see, and even YouTube, you will see some parallels. So first of all, let's talk about what TikTok is. TikTok is short length content. That is basically, it's fast, it's quick, it tries to catch you fast. It's like crack content, right? Like it gets you in, it gets you hooked, and then you move on to the next thing. So our attention spans, as technology gets better and better and the times progress, our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. So the content, when I'm making like 20-minute videos, like they kind of really don't do that great all the time because the attention span just isn't there, man, especially with the younger generations. They don't want to sit there and watch a 10, 20-minute video. They want the information or they want to be entertained quick, and then they want to move on to something else. And that's just how it is. You can't really determine how the market is. Like, market determines what's happening. And even if you don't like it or don't agree with it, this is what's happening. So you can either hop on and adapt or stick to your old ways and do your thing, which by all means, go for it. And to be clear, I still love making long videos, and I'll never stop doing that because I just like doing it, even if people aren't watching 20 minutes. So don't let that deter you. But that is what TikTok is. It is short length content that is, it's very viral. If you go on TikTok right now, if you don't even have an account, just make one to watch what's happening on there. It's pretty crazy. And even, someone who's 36 years old, I find it really entertaining. There's some awesome stuff on there. It's really fun. It's definitely changed since it first came out. When it first came out, it literally was all people singing, kind of like Musical.ly was. It was all people singing into their phones, syncing it up, really goofy stuff. And then it sort of morphed over time. And I think that had a lot to do with money and advertisement. But, if you go onto my TikTok, you'll see, I think I have 60,000 followers on there. And I'm going to explain kind of the progression of it, but I'm really, really glad. So when I talk about YouTube, I talk about the one regret that I have is that I didn't start YouTube earlier. So when TikTok came out and I saw this attention around it and people, some of the bigger creative people in my world were talking about how important it was and that people should get on it, I listened and I just jumped on it. And even though I thought it was silly and for kids, I still applied myself regardless of what other people thought. And I still get criticism to this day when I post TikTok videos to Instagram. It's funny because Instagram is an older audience and then Facebook is the oldest boomer audience. And those are the kind of platforms that you get the most criticism from. The people on Facebook think Instagram's stupid, Instagram thinks TikTok's stupid, you know what I mean? But the reality of it is Facebook is dead, Instagram is dying, and TikTok is where the attention is. So if you get paid for a living to do this kind of thing, to make content like I do, it's really important to make sure you're on top of these trends. And that's why I jumped on TikTok. And I'm so glad that I did. So I didn't really understand TikTok at first. But I think that's important to not understand it and kind of like jump in and just like do your thing and like, upload videos and be like, oh, am I doing it right? Like I would upload, videos like cinematics and stuff like, oh, here's a, cool cinematic of my car. I'm going to put it on TikTok. I didn't understand the concept of TikTok, and I thought that was how you used it. Like you just uploaded content to it. It's really not how you use it. Like TikTok wants you to engage in their app. Like, so basically record from their application rather than uploading, and they want you to use the features within their app. So like the texts, the glitches, the transitions, the sounds, replying to people's comments with videos. Once I understood the algorithm of TikTok, it made everything a lot easier. But let's go back to the beginning. So when I first started making content on TikTok, I was literally just like filming everything I could to see like what would trigger the algorithm and like what worked and what didn't. So there was like a lot of really stupid videos. And then there were some videos that just absolutely took off. One of the biggest reasons I like TikTok is you can be you can be a nobody and you can have 0 followers, and it can be your second video that you've ever posted, and you can get millions of views on that video, and you can get hundreds of thousands of followers within like 48 hours. Like that's how viral and fast you can blow up on TikTok. So if you compare that to something like Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, it's not going to happen. None of the, like, you have to grind on all of those platforms to make anything go viral. YouTube won't even acknowledge you unless you've had like a ton of content uploaded to their website. Trust me, I know. So it's just, I really like the idea that you can just create and just get picked up if you're a nobody. And it makes it that much more interesting because you have people who are, older, or they just don't really understand the app, and like they upload something really silly and goofy, and boom, it takes off, and all of a sudden they have all this attention and they don't know what to do with it. And it just makes it very interesting. So the application for those kinds of reasons is something that's just very captivating. And the content on there is extremely binge-worthy. Like you can just keep going through your feed and every video is pretty much like crazy or weird or goofy or good. And that's what keeps people entertained. Also, the fact that it's short-length content. So when I first started out, I was just like making videos of my cars, like walking up to them, modifications, shorts, like a whole bunch of random stuff. And I never really like got the grasp of TikTok. I was always trying to like figure it out, but I never really figured it out. I had a couple of videos go viral where I was using like other people's sounds. That seems to be a big ticket for TikTok. You use a sound and then you put like your voice or like video over that sound. That definitely triggers the algorithm. On top of that, like I said before, using transitions, they're like stickers, the text things, the glitch stuff. There's also something that I like about TikTok. You can reply to people's comments with videos, which I think is really great. Something you can't do on Instagram or YouTube. The reason I like it so much is it creates opportunity for more content immediately. Right now, currently, I'm putting out like 10 TikToks per day. And I spend an hour in the morning on TikTok just making videos for people, or myself, but for other people. And the reason I'm doing that is because I understand where the attention is, and I understand the value in it. And there's money on TikTok. And if you are sleeping on that money, I'm telling you right now, you would be amazed if you saw some of the money that these people are making on TikTok. It is mind-blowing. So I won't get into that in this video, but maybe in a future video or something when I'm actually making like some decent money on there. I'm making money, but it's not like what I make on YouTube and everything else. So you can reply to people's comments. So if someone comments on your video, and I get comments on mine all the time, like, hey, I follow you on YouTube. Like, what was your exhaust setup on your F30? So it's just a random comment from someone, rather than just like replying to them with a, with it was a AWE catback with a, Sport Cat downpipe. I can make a video to that comment. So I can, put the video on me and like show a car and be like, hey man, like this is the exact exhaust I had, and flip it back to me. Yeah, it was like really good. I enjoyed the exhaust. You can really give them like an interactive reply. I think that is so important. And I have noticed that when you use those reply comment, like when you reply to a comment with a video, it makes a new video on your page. Those reply videos, they have a tendency to go viral a lot. And I think that is just the algorithm. Like TikTok loves it when you use their features. So if you're using the reply comment with an interactive video feature, they have more of a reason to put it out in the trending page. So I, as of the past 2 weeks, have started basically making content all with replies. There are a few videos that I'll throw in there that are just like viral sounds that I'll use and make something funny. But the majority of what I'm doing on TikTok is, I see it as just like YouTube. Like I'm trying to bring people value. So I think people are kind of like getting to know me as like the super guy on there, so they're asking me a lot of like power number questions and which one to buy and features and the differences and just information that they want to hear from someone who owns a Supra. So that's where I come into play, and I know that I can give value on that. So I start replying to all of these comments with, hey man, like you should do this, or you should buy this here, or you should go with this tune, or this is what I have done, or the things that actually will help people. So you're doing two things. You're giving value. You're showing your worth. And then also TikTok has a place for all your links, like your websites or your Instagram or your YouTube. So it also is sending people to my socials and stuff like that, which trickles down into other avenues like affiliate marketing and whatnot. And then also it is giving you a chance to go viral and get more eyes on you and just grow your following on TikTok, and in turn, make you more money on TikTok. So the value is a big part of it. I think everyone has their own way of using TikTok, but the reason that I like it is because you can go viral for your own thing. Like, you don't have to be someone that dances and is funny in front of the camera. You don't have to be someone that's like a comedian. You don't have to be someone that's a musician. You don't have to be someone that's an artist. You don't have to be someone that's like a car guy. There are so many different ways to create viral content on TikTok, and that is really why I like it. I also really like it because you can be a nobody and you can blow up. So I realized that right away when I first started making videos on TikTok, that almost immediately after posting very silly, stupid videos that would go nowhere, anywhere else online, they started blowing up on TikTok. And like overnight, I woke up to like 200 and some comments, 500 followers. Like, it was crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, there is a lot of value here that people aren't really understanding. Like, after I had a couple videos go viral, the amount of attention that you get as fast as you can get it is unprecedented. You can't do that on other platforms. It took me years to see any kind of traction on YouTube. I don't live in the world of making viral content on YouTube. That's not what I do. Like, the content that I make on YouTube is more like about value and, installs and DIYs. If I wanted to make viral content, I'd be blowing up cars like Whistle and Diesel, or I'd be pranking people. But that's not who I am, and that's not what I do. So now I'm not going to like fake it just to get viral content, because the YouTube isn't really the thing. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm doing is the thing. The podcast, the value, the marketing, the working with companies, like, and the builds, those are the things. The YouTube is just a platform and a vehicle to help propel that. Just because I've been doing YouTube the longest, people are like, oh, you're the YouTube guy. They just kind of like put me into that boat. But I'm starting to see a switch where there are more people finding me on TikTok than there are on YouTube. And that's because I'm actually at the point where, I have 60-some thousand subscribers on YouTube. I now have I think I'm at like 66,000 people following me on TikTok. I'm starting to see it switch, and I'm starting to get messages from people like, hey man, I found you on TikTok over YouTube. It used to be all YouTube. Like, oh, I saw your videos on YouTube. So now we're seeing this switch of value. And immediately I noticed that, and I started to lean into TikTok, and I was like, there's something happening here. So the next thing that happened that completely solidified my thought process with going all in on TikTok, I don't know how long ago it was, 6 months ago or something, Instagram releases Instagram Reels. YouTube releases YouTube Shorts. Facebook has always had some sort of short video viral thing. They all saw the value in TikTok. So they all started developing their own version of TikTok within their applications because they're like, oh shit, like TikTok's doing it right. This is like the short-term crack content is what I like to call it. So once I saw that they started doing their own versions of TikTok, I was like, okay, so TikTok's running it, and all these other guys are trying to catch up now. So immediately I started taking my TikTok videos and dispersing them amongst all these other apps because I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to see how the algorithm works with like YouTube and Instagram. Do they favor short length content in vertical formats like a form, which is also really important. So I started uploading my TikToks to Instagram Reels and immediately started getting a ton of traction, like way more than I've ever gotten on Instagram. So that'll tell you the algorithm is favoring short length vertical content. Go over to YouTube. I made an entirely different YouTube channel called Thick Whips Clips, which I just passed 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. I've only had it for a few months. It was an old account that was around for a long time, but I never used it. And then I changed it to Thick Whips Clips and started uploading. So I upload like 2 or 3 short length, under a minute vertical videos onto YouTube, on this YouTube channel. And it's essentially like a phone dump. I just put anything and everything. It can be the most random stuff, title it whatever I want, but I always make sure it has to be under a minute long, it has to be vertical, and it has to have the hashtag shorts or short in the title. So go to Thick Whips Clips, I'll link it down below. Go just look at what I'm doing. So I started doing that as well to like test the waters. Now, mind you, my Thick Whips channel, granted it pays me pretty well for what it is. It's not, like I said, it's not a viral channel. So those videos don't really go like viral. They're more like search term videos when people like, oh, how do I install an FTP charge? Like, hopefully I'm the guy that comes up. You know what I mean? Like it's not viral content. But with the short length content, you can kind of create viral stuff around it. So I started uploading just all of the stuff on my phone, anything that was vertical, just random, like thing of my cat, like whatever, you know? And immediately I started getting viral hits, almost immediately. I mean, it took me over 2 years to see any kind of traction on YouTube, on my main channel. So those few things told me that all of tech right now, all of social media platforms are favoring short length, vertical, crack binge-worthy content. And so the premise of this video is, even if you have your judgments about TikTok and you are a creator or you are a YouTuber or influencer, please just try it out. Just try it out, put your judgments aside, and give it a shot. And you can thank me in a few years down the road when you've been consistent with it. Yeah, if you're not going to be consistent with it, don't even bother. But if this is what you do and this is what you want to do, then I highly recommend you give it a shot. I've had a TikTok account for, like a year or something, maybe less than a year, 66,000 followers on there. And now I'm starting to really understand the algorithm because I've digested a lot of content on there and I've seen what works and I've tried a lot of stuff out. And as of late, I really started to take it more seriously. Like, when I say late, I mean like the past 2 weeks. I really started to lean in, and I'm making, 5 to 10 pieces of content on TikTok every day. And it's bringing in thousands of people every day. So don't sleep on it. If you're a creator, I highly suggest you check out TikTok, man. And the cool thing is you can download all those TikTok videos and you can use them on any other platform. So I just take all the stuff that I make on TikTok and I use it on 2 other platforms. So I use it on my Thick Whips Clips channel, where it's just short length vertical content. And then I also use it on my Instagram Reels and Instagram stories and stuff like that. So this really applies to people who are creating content. If you're just someone who's interested in cars, this probably isn't something for you. But if you create content and this is your job, or you want it to be your job, or you want like a side hustle thing, I'll tell you right now, like I'm only making a few $100s per month off TikTok, but I promise you that my TikTok revenue will surpass my YouTube revenue. And that's thousands of dollars. And I promise you that will happen within like the next 6 months. I could see that surpassing it. The value in it is the attention. And the fact that, you can go on there and just look at TikTok's feed, you will see the most random stuff. And if you click on some of those videos, some of those people have like 20 followers and they just started their account. They have 2 videos. That will tell you how easily you can go viral. So you can get a lot of attention really fast. And I have people who are bigger YouTubers who reach out to me, or people who are in the content world who reach out to me and they're like, hey man, I see you're doing a lot with content on TikTok. What's that about? And I'm just like, you guys are missing it, dude. You guys are missing the boat. So I guess this video is just, I'm urging you guys, if you're in this industry and you are a like-minded and you make content and this is your thing, give TikTok a shot, try it out. There's attention around it. You're going to have to do, I think you're going to have to stick with it for a little bit. Maybe you don't, maybe you get lucky and it just pops off, but you have every opportunity there to go viral and get a ton of attention, and you can use that content everywhere. So it's not like you're like wasting time. So I'll generally spend an hour every morning and just an hour to hour and a half to just making TikTok videos and replying to people's comments with videos. Go on my TikTok. It's Thick Whip. And I think it's Thick Whip or Thick Whips, one of the two. Go on there and look what I'm doing, and you'll get an idea for it really quick. But there's value in it, and don't sleep on it. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, guys, love you. It's Monday. I don't know what day this is uploading, but we are on podcast number 5. This is getting fun. This is getting good too. So next up, number 6, I'll see you in the next one. Oh, we're on Spotify now. I'm on a bunch of stuff. Google Podcasts. I'm still waiting on Apple Podcasts to accept. Apparently that one takes like a week or 2 to happen, but we'll get it situated soon. Anyways, see you in the next one. Peace.